want to give a shout out to all of our viewers who are tuning in from all across Texas.
We
have an audience in Port Arthur,
Killeen,
College Station, Killeen, San Angelo, Longview. Where else, Phyllis? We're hot.
That's it.
Tyler, Waco, Beaumont.
All your fans statewide. They're just sitting out there right now saying, "Where did she get that outfit?
Seriously.
Boy, does she look hot today." That's what they're thinking.
That's what they're thinking.
It's just incredible.
You guys are so full of
very briefly, full of what?
Tucka.
Okay. If you are tuning in from anywhere in the state, thank you. Welcome. We're glad you're here. We hope you come back. We hope you like what you see and you'll bring a friend. Now, moving on to tonight's Daily Viewpoint, a particular town in Massachusetts has challenged residents tonight, to put down their phones for one 24-hour period. They're calling it Phone Free Friday. It's part of a month-long campaign to get families to give up all the gadgets, give up relying on electronics, and thereby spend more time together, face-to-face, with real interpersonal communication. Town officials don't want you to just hang up. Yesterday was Social Networking Free Thursday. Okay, if you're writing this down, March 14th, Scott, will be Email Free Friday, and March 25th will be Text Free Tuesday. So, the question becomes, Phyllis, let me start with you, darling. Do you think you could live for one day without your phone?
Yes, yes. It bothers me that a lot of young adults, and I'm not even talking about the teenagers, a lot of young adults, when you meet them, they don't know the social skills of making eye contact, shaking your hand. They don't have those social graces because they're always in that phone. That's how they communicate. It would be nice to get some of that taught. So, yeah, this is a nice idea.
But now, you know, when it comes to a question of safety with members of your inner circle, your family, I know you're concerned about your mom and you monitor her health, or if you have young school-age kids, you know, that's one reason why so many of us, you know, have that electronic device as a lifeline.
Yeah. But you could do without it for a day.
Just plan around it, right?
You could plan around it. What did you do before you had it?
Well, there's that, yeah. Okay, Mr. Murray, how do you feel about it?
Well, I could do it. I really could. But here's the problem. I don't live in that world anymore. None of us do.
Right.
It's 2014. So if I didn't answer emails, if I didn't answer or respond to texts, people would say, what the devil is he doing? Is he ignoring me? He said he was going to call back by so-and-so. He didn't call. I've tried to email. I've tried to text. I've tried to call. This is the world we live in. Now, whether we like it or not, that's the reality of it. Now, I remember times as a kid when I would love to have called my mom, or my mom said, make sure you're home by 4, and suddenly I see, it's late. I'm past the curfew time I'm supposed to be there. That's exactly right. I'm looking for a pay phone in any corner I can find one. You don't look for a pay phone, and then I didn't have a dime. No, I'm sorry, it was a dime back then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
way back.
Well, the next year it became a quarter. But my point is,
Grandpa,
it's a different world now.
Yeah.
But I will agree with you 100%. To me, the worst invention in the history of our nation, in the history of our world, was internet. Because suddenly people don't do that. People, they don't write a thank you note. I'm gonna. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. I had to do a function with former First Lady Laura Bush about a month and a half ago for an organization in Fort Worth. She was the speaker. I had to do a one-on-one conversation interview with her. She was delightful. She was great. She had a great message. We finished. I said, thank you very much. She said, Scott, it's good to see you again. That was it. 3 days later,
thank you note.
I got a handwritten thank you note from the First Lady.
Really?
Now, I've always been a big fan of Mrs. Bush, but that was through the roof. That is class.
Old school.
That's old school.
Handwritten.
And you tell me, and I try to tell, my son said something to me the other day. I said, write a note. Don't email, don't text thank you, write a note.
It makes a difference.
And my daughter is a corporate event planner, lives in New York. She does that all the time now, and she said to me, Dad, I'm glad you taught me to write a note. You have no idea the response I get from that.
I keep a box of thank you notes on my desk.
Absolutely.
That's a great idea.
Absolutely.
I do worry, especially the youngest generation, because they'll be perhaps on a, on a park bench, say, even if they're outside or at a friend's house, and, you know, the kids are here.
It's safety, too. They need to get off of that.
It's safety, or is it laziness, or is it shyness, perhaps? I'm not sure, but for whatever reason, as you guys have both pointed out.
I think there's a lack of self-esteem. Go ahead.
Lack of self-esteem, and it's easy to just fall into that niche of just communicating this way, but, you know, we're losing the ability not even to communicate, but to be aware of the person who's sitting next to us at the courthouse or at the restaurant.
You talk to the top of somebody's head is what you do. What's the first thing your mom and dad taught you? Say, my father, I can see him now to this day.
Handshake.
look them in the eye,
That's right.
and squeeze the living stuffing out of them.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Easy, easy. Yeah.
Talk to my dad.
I know.
No, really.
So could you see
correct.
something like this Phone-Free Friday taking off, perhaps? More towns doing
I think
it?
it's kind of a cool idea to say so everybody across the country
Everybody
knew it
knows.
and did it,
Everybody knows, yeah.
together.
That'd be fun.
I would definitely do it. I would put it down and I would not touch it.
And maybe you could just set up an autoresponder so that for that day, anyone who does text your email would
Say,
know.
"Please call me."
Yeah, I've given it up for the day.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so we can do it. We like the idea. Coming up next on the Texas Daily, we're going to talk about the most common progressive and disabling neurological condition in young adults. Do you know what it is? It affects 400,000 people in the United States, and this week in particular, we need to pay attention. We'll have that discussion coming up. Stay here.